Hello everyone. So, today I want to quickly talk to you guys about something. It's nothing bad. I just want to get my thoughts out. Like I said before, these vlogs are a good way for me to get my thoughts out and organized. So, that's what I want to do. And to avoid tiring out my arm, I'm going to just set the camera down right here, if you guys are okay with that. So, it's no secret that I have kind of failed at daily vlogging lately. At one point, I was like a month and a half behind. And the reason for that is because around the beginning of January, I kind of fell into a semi-depression. Like, there was nothing happened. There was no rhyme or reason for it. There's something that I've dealt with my entire life. Every now and then I just go through these, like, slumps, I guess, where, I don't know, I don't have the motivation to do stuff that I normally love doing. I end up getting, like, really, really tired all the time. So I was spending most of my time asleep. So needless to say, I didn't have a very good beginning of the year. That being said, the good news is that has all passed. Towards the, like, midway part of January, I started feeling back like my normal self, and part of that is because Charles and I started filming again, which is weird as it sounds, like, filming stuff for Third Hour Productions, doing our web series and everything. It kind of, like, I don't know, it almost makes me feel like I have purpose. And so it helps me with that whole, like, ongoing struggle. Yeah, so the good news is everything is back to normal now. I actually just got caught up with my vlogs. Last night, I told myself that I was not gonna go to sleep until I was caught up. And that's what I did. I am finally, after, like, 2.5 months, I have everything caught up. And basically, and kind of the reason that I want to talk about this rather than just, like, ignoring it and then just moving forward is because I kind of want to apologize, because I know a lot of you guys kind of just recently started watching all my videos after seeing the tombstone that I sent to Rhett and Link back in October. And when that happened, I was, like, so excited, and I was talking about how, you know, I do the Halloween stuff all year long, I do all this prop making stuff all year long, and it was gonna be awesome, and it didn't really happen because, you know, I finished out the holiday season at the end of the year, and then the stuff happened back at the beginning of this year, and so my Halloween stuff has been pretty scarce. So for that, I am sorry. The whole reason I started doing these vlogs is because I wanted to have a way to document my life. I've always wanted to document my life somehow. Even when I was a kid, I remember being like 5, 6 years old and like playing with my grandparents' video camera, still like the old VHS cameras, just recording everything. And I remember even before that, probably before I was even in kindergarten, I had this little, like, play school tape deck thing that you put, like, blank cassettes into, you know, like the little square cassettes, you would put those into it, had a little microphone, and you could record onto a tape. And I used to, in a way, I did, like, a podcast, I guess. Like, every day I would sit there, and yeah, it had to have been before I was even in kindergarten, because I would do it, like, in the middle of the day, but I would sit there and I would just talk in the microphone to the tape, just about whatever. And then the next day I would listen to it and then record over it for the next day. So, like, as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to just, like, document my life. I don't know why, but that's just how I've always been. And then when I discovered YouTube and the whole, like, vlogging world, I was like, this is what I was waiting for my entire life. And unfortunately, as much as I wish it was, life is not always up here. Sometimes I fall into slumps, and that's what happened at the beginning of this year. So, yeah, I just kind of want to get all that off my chest, I guess. Kind of explain why it might seem like I disappeared for a really long time. But I have a lot of stuff that I want to start doing. I told you guys what the theme is for this Halloween. It's like the circus thing. I still haven't come up with a proper name. I kind of like Cirque de Freak, because you know there's like Cirque du Soleil, so Cirque de Freak, but apparently that's the name of a movie. And I don't know, I don't want to use something that's already been done. So I don't know, I'm still working on a name for that. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to throw them my way. But yeah, I have a ton of ideas for the Halloween stuff this year. And actually, in fact, tomorrow I'm going to pick up a metal storage shed, because right now the garage is still a wreck. I can't even get out there to work on anything because we ran out of room in the garage after this past year to store stuff. So tomorrow I'm going to pick up a metal shed that hopefully we can get put together semi-soon. The weather's been kind of crappy lately. But hopefully we can get that together and get the stuff moved out into the shed to have room to start working in the garage. So that's stuff to look forward to. Plus, this all happened like back when I was behind on all my vlogs, so a lot of you guys may not even know about this, but Charles and I have started up our Third Hour TV web series again. And we released the first episode of the new season at the end of January, which you can go check out. And actually, we're doing something different. In the past, we always just did like one-off episodes that didn't necessarily relate to each other. Sometimes they would be parodies of other stuff, sometimes they would be like a sitcom-ish. So this is the first time that we've decided to like actually follow a true storyline. From now until December, there's going to be like a story arc connecting all the videos that we put out throughout the year. And I'm excited for that. And that actually has me back up here because, I don't know, like I said earlier, it gives me like a sense of purpose. So those are two things that I'm working on. Plus, lastly, is I do want to start doing the video game videos again. I started doing those last summer, and then a bunch of stuff like got piled on me at the same time, and I quit. But that's actually another thing that I did when I was a kid. I used to record myself playing video games using like an old VCR. I had like the Super Nintendo plugged into the VCR. We put a blank tape in, hit record, and play the game. So like I did all this stuff back when I was a kid, and I don't know, I guess I just want to do it all again. So I want to start that back up, and I'm really going to hold myself to staying on top of everything. The beginning of this year was kind of rough for me, and I know that it showed. Hopefully everything that I'm saying actually makes sense. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to getting back on top of everything and moving forward with all of my millions of ideas that are swimming around up in my head. So, yeah. Now that I've talked your ear off for like 12 and a half minutes, thank you guys so much for continuing to watch and sticking around. I will see you guys tomorrow.